Right. Let's just look at the checklist for the two-way independent ANOVA. First on your checklist, you have two factors. Okay. Two-way means two factors, two independent variables. Each factor is between subjects. That means different people in each level of each factor. So every single group in this design is going to be made up of a different group of people. Participants have not paired or matched. You are looking for a difference between the group means. And you're not looking for word that is forbidden to speak right now, but I'll point to it. You are not looking for this. Remember, we're not allowed to say this word until we get to chapter 11. Chapter 11 and 12, you can say this word as much as you like. But again, you're not allowed to say it now because all the t-tests and all the ANOVAs are looking at differences between means, or in the case of a single sample t-test, it's between the mean and a constant, but they're looking for differences. They are not looking for that R word among scores. What are the assumptions for a two-way independent ANOVA? Good news here, you don't have to memorize an entirely new set of assumptions. And that's because the assumptions for the two-way independent are identical as for the one-way independent. Of course, now you have to remember, well, what were the assumptions for the one-way independent? Hopefully by now you understand that with all parametric tests, that means all the t-tests and all the ANOVAs, you're going to have the core. And then, of course, there are these three assumptions in the core. That the dependent variable is normally distributed in the population. Participants for the experiment were selected at random from the population, and the DV was measured on an interval or ratio scale. Now, the core, again, applies to every single ANOVA and t-test, but with the one-way independent ANOVA and now the two-way independent ANOVA, there's a +1 more. Remember which one is the extra assumption, the additional assumption? It is HOV, homogeneity of variance. So the challenge that you have is you have to remember that any time you have an independent variable that is between subjects, you are going to have the core plus HOV. Okay, any between subjects factor. So whether that factor has 2 levels, 3 levels, 4 levels, it doesn't matter. If you are analyzing a between subjects factor, you're going to have the core plus HOV.